Good evening and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Archer Football Podcast, College Edition. Tonight you've got me, Sonia. I'm back in the saddle. Had to go work for a couple weekends or a couple weeks, whatever. Lame. No, I'm glad to do it. But I did miss you guys. And then, of course, we have everybody's favorite, Michelle, the sports jinx, who knows all and is all. How are you, Michelle? Sorry, hang on
I'm
one second.
good. I'm good. How are you?
I
So
am fantastic.
good to
You'll
see
notice,
you and welcome to everybody that's watching and let's talk some football around this thing.
let's talk some football. And, if you're watching over on Twitter or on Facebook, come on over to YouTube so you can chat and interact with us because you know who's always front and center is Kristen. Hi, Kristen. How are you
Hey,
today?
Kristen.
She is always front and center, and I love it. She asks some amazing questions, so it's always fun. Yes, if you guys are in the chat, you can ask questions, you can interact, give us your 2 cents. We love it. You'll notice tonight that Michelle and I are both rocking our HBCUs. Fam, Hampton, there you go. Um, rock the blue and white. Our homecoming is next weekend. I think Florida A&M's is this weekend, so always a good time to be there and be around and just have fun.
Just a big
Um,
old family reunion.
the bottom line, that's really what it is, and it doesn't even matter like if you truly know people or not. You went there, and so these are always your family, and that's what it is. A little bit more family oriented than other homecomings I've noticed, but that's just me. Um, and then also we were kind of talking about our football teams, our respective football teams. Hampton's isn't the greatest right now. And we were my husband and I were talking about it, Greg and I were, and he's like, we need to try and get Mike Tomlin down here. And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but you never know. You
We'll
never
take
know.
them. If FAMU was to get Mike Tomlin, you'll see me at every game, like sitting right there on the 50-yard line. Just look,
Same,
I probably
same.
would sit on the opposite side so I can see him from across the field.
Oh my gosh. See, no, I think we have a better chance of getting him because, first of all, he's from Newport News, Virginia, not too far from Hampton University. Also, he went to William and Mary. So, again, right up the street. He knows the location, he knows the area. Mike Tomlin, when you're done with the Steelers, come on down. We could use you.
We have better weather in Tallahassee, Mike. It's hot though.
I know, but still. They have hurricanes in both locations, so still.
Well, this is
It'll be
true.
great. But now that we've talked about our HBCUs and we love it, shout out to everybody who's having their homecoming this weekend. Have a great time, have fun, all the good things. Let's get down to the Power Five conferences because a lot went on this past weekend. Um, just upsets, firings, all the things. Let's get into it. Where should we start first, Michelle?
Let's start with the firing of Penn State coach James Franklin.
James Franklin.
I kind of
Wow.
saw it coming after I saw that Northwestern score. And then if you look at the week before, it's what we talked about, right?
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Penn State is always ranked. They're always expected to do great, and they actually do great, and then they just falter, and they just can't seem to get where they think the program is supposed to be. He can't seem to beat the big teams and the big schools and win the big games. But he's done a great job. I mean, considering what he took over and
Right.
the coaches in between, he and Joe Pa. So it's not like he's done a bad job. It's just that it's sort of like um, you build a team and you do everything, but then they bring somebody in because you can't get them over the hump, and then they
Right.
bring in this other coach, and that coach gets them to win the championship. Sort of like Doug Collins did with the Bulls, and the Bulls start winning under Doug Collins, but he couldn't get them to buy in. So they brought in Phil Jackson, and championships came, and that's what they want to win. All of the other stuff is
Exactly.
good, but I feel bad for James, but I'm sure. And what's funny is that his contract is that he has to look for another job. Like he has to apply. I'm like, I'll just do some automatic applications for something. It wouldn't matter. They got to pay me. I'm not doing nothing.
Stop saying. I was like, first of all, 50 million to go. Love it. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up to be a coach? But then also somebody said all he has to do is just like get a podcast or something like that, like a coaching podcast,
Yeah,
super low overhead. He'll have all the connections. He can do that. And then boom, he's got his job and then he can still get his money. So I love that idea. But I agree. You know, Penn State's expectations have always been high, always at the start of the season. And I've never truly understood why. I mean, I guess they're carrying off from a few years ago when they did win the Big Ten championship, but never really did get over that hump. And the talent, like you said, is there, but they just haven't been able to get over that hump. I mean, Happy Valley in a whiteout used to be scary to play in. I mean, that was
right.
an automatic win, but not anymore. And so that's
But they
where we're
look good.
noticing. Huh?
The whiteouts
It looks
always look good. Yeah.
it looks great from TV and it's fun to be in, I'm sure. But yeah, they got to get it together. And yeah, I think they've had enough. They obviously have had enough. And so it's time to move on and get some people that can get them over that hump and start competing with the Ohio States and the Oregons and the Michigans of the division and like really make some noise because I think they can.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not with James Franklin.
Right. I mean, he did well. His 12 seasons there, but against the ranked teams and the good teams, that's where, he didn't do so well. In top 25 when they played those teams, they just seemed to not be able to get across the hump on those games. So, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know. He had an outstanding record, but not the one, not against the top teams, and that's the downfall. And then you lose to Northwestern, and wow, wow.
that seals the deal, unfortunately, in this day and time, this day and age. But then
Yep.
also talking about coaching, heading down to North Carolina and Bill Belichick. Now he's not leaving. He has really affirmed that he is staying, but I don't know how long that's going to be. I have a strange feeling
Well,
he
I figured that
feels
when they said he was going to have to pay money.
exactly. Oh my goodness. That's
I
the
mean, he's getting $50 million to stay. There's no way I'm leaving, and then I'm gonna give them $1 million. Nope, nope. I'll be here if y'all want me to go. You know what to do.
exactly. Seriously, where do I sign up to be a college coach? Because I need that kind of money. Oh goodness.
YouTube is not
But
working.
yeah, lots of things going on in the college world that at least with college coaches. And then, we talked about this last night on the podcast, does this opening in Tennessee kind of, bring up Bill Belichick? Would he take that job? And I kind of think that in a way, it's kind of like the Jim Harbaugh situation, where every single year when he was at Michigan, that there was an NFL job open, his name was always there, and he was always there. So I feel that it's going to be the same way with Belichick. Do you agree, Michelle?
I mean, I think the Dolphins, a job like that would be intriguing because he would be in the same division with the Patriots. So, if there's a way for him to kick them down, that would be the perfect opportunity to just be having to play them twice a year and be in the same division. So, that probably would be a job that would interest him. He's 70 something years old. The weather doesn't get too cold. He can bask in the sunshine and, have them a good little time, and you should be able to. It's a place you can draw players to because it's Miami. So,
Yeah.
it might be, but we'll have to see if the Dolphins first fire Mr. Nehighs first, And if they can do that, then maybe he may take that job.
Mr. Homebrewer, hipster homebrewer, like we like to call him. Oh goodness, would he get as much money coach as college coaching in the NFL? No, I don't think so. Because yes, you're right. College coaches can make an insane amount. They very much can. So he would probably get more money in college. They've got boosters, they've got, those types of things. They have
Friends of the family, friends of the
yeah.
program, as they called it back in the day.
Now people are taking exception to knee high. I love it, y'all. That's so funny. I mean, yes, usually we call him hipster home brewer, but I'm gonna have to add knee highs to that rotation. I love it. Oh goodness. So yeah, so there's that. Now, you know, Kristen asked another question. What was the craziest game this week? Ah, there are a couple upsets this week. There were a couple of upsets this week. Which one was your favorite, would you say, Michelle?
My favorite, because you know how I am about the underdog, was Indiana, and I
Yeah.
like Oregon, but I love upsets even more. And everybody every week we're like, why is Indiana up in the top? And I think Indiana was good maybe a year or so ago, and we were saying the same thing. And so I had my eyes on that game because I wanted to see Indiana, and Indiana pretty much controlled that game
Yeah.
the entire time. It was actually a pretty good game from what I can see. um but it was close. It stayed close for the most part, but Indiana was able to pull it out, and every time Oregon seemed to come back and have a chance, Indiana went right down the field and scored. Their receiver Elijah Surratt, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. He had an outstanding game. He was like 8 catches. He had 121 yards and a touchdown. And boy, was he playing! And they could not stop him. So pretty much they were able to go right back down the field. Running back had 2 touchdowns. So I loved it, and it was it was just a good game. I thought Oregon was going to be able to come back, and they did.
Right.
They had the interception, and they went down the field, and I'm like, uh-oh. And as soon as they did, Indiana went right back.
Exactly. Indiana kept it going. They played a very good game. This is one of those prove it games to me that if they are for real, that they would beat them and that Indiana would beat Oregon, and they did. And they did it so convincingly. And Lisa last night was talking about their defense and just how their defense is for real. And that's going to take them very far if that is the case.
Because
Now,
defense wins what?
championships. Yeah, wow. I just thought about that. Lisa complimented the defense.
You see
Look
what
at
I'm saying? She's finally catching on. She's finally catching on.
that. She is. She is. Indiana defense is for real. See, yes, Lisa's catching on. She knows the drill. She knows what's up. Yes, as you all know, we are a defense first type of group over here, except for Lisa, who loves her some quarterbacks. So there's that.
And speaking of quarterbacks, we can go to the Oklahoma game because our
Oh,
boy, who was the top candidate for the Heisman Trophy, did not have a great return to the football field, to the gridiron, and he was just tossing the ball all over the field to the Texas players. So
that's right. There goes his Heisman.
3 interceptions, and just an awful, awful, awful performance for him in his comeback from injury. So I don't know. It's like you say, one game can destroy all your Heisman hopefuls, but hopefully he'll have a chance to make up for that.
I hope so, because I really did like him. I think he's a very good player, very sound player. And I think he was definitely my front runner for the Heisman until this game. So let's see if he'll be able to pull it back. I was very surprised by this game. I thought that this is going to be an Oklahoma all the way type of game, but the Texans, whew, Texas did what they needed to do. I think Arch Manning did what he had to do. Like he wasn't spectacular. He made it do what it do. He didn't have the numbers that John did, but Arch Manning did what he had to do and won. And so I think that buys him some time, I think, with the Texas fans and lets things slide a little bit more. But I was proud of him. I was glad that he had at least a decent game and that they did so well, that they really made Oklahoma look bad.
Yeah,
So
and the thing about it is, we actually chewed Eli Jr. I'm sorry, we actually chewed Archer Goodwin last week,
leave
and
that
we
baby
talked.
alone.
Well, we not really. I mean, basically for me, it's like it's not that he's so bad. It's just that he's not getting a fair opportunity to grow, because the
Exactly.
expectations are so big. But a win like this against a top ranked team is always good to have on your resume, no matter how well you played. He didn't play bad.
Mhm.
He didn't play great. He did enough
Right.
to win the game, and they won. And so that's going to be on his record. And so hopefully he'll improve from that, because that's the test you want to see him. That's the test you want to see him have, is to
Mhm.
do well and be able to come out with a win over a big opponent, top 25 opponent. So great win by Texas.
Great win by Texas. Oh, wow. Lisa brought back the Manning gene. Oh my goodness. We used to talk about that with Dana on the other podcast. The Manning gene. Yes, like where the Mannings will just kind of pull it out of nowhere and they'll win. You can never count them out. I don't think he has it yet. He could develop it, but I don't think he has it just yet. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, Manning
No,
gene.
not
We haven't
yet.
talked about
No,
it.
he doesn't
Yeah,
have a
no,
lot of things just yet. And, he just needs that time to play. He needs to get through this entire season as the starter, and then we can see what he has.
exactly. Exactly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He has to get through the season as a starter, keep Texas in games and not lose the game, right? I think that's the biggest thing. He has to not lose the game for the Texans. He does. He Texans for Texas. My gosh. He does have a ways to go, Lisa. I agree. I agree. What? Reggie Bush started the tush push in college?
Yeah, they used to do something like that at USC.
Did
I
they?
didn't know what they
Yeah,
called it. I don't know if they called it the tush push.
they didn't call it the tush push. I don't remember that, but that's okay. Doesn't mean anything. So yeah, so those were some big upsets this weekend, I think. And that, let's see, did that shake up the rankings a lot? Or hang on, let me get back to my rankings. I just clicked out of them.
So you have Oklahoma still holding on to the top spot.
No,
And
OSU.
oh Lord, did I say Oklahoma? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's probably because I don't like to say the Ohio State University.
agree.
Still is number one, and they look good. I hate to say it. The U is
They
at
do.
number two, and Indiana moves up to number three.
All the way up to number 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I wanted to look at their schedule on out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty winnable. They have Michigan State, they have UCLA, Maryland. Penn State was going to be a pretty big game, but I don't think anymore. Wisconsin and Indiana, and Wisconsin and Purdue. If they
Mm-hmm.
play the way they play, it's theirs. They won,
Well,
right?
you know, all they have to do is stay within within the playoff scheme, and they're good. So you stay into the scheme that you make the playoffs, and then the rest, then you just play. You just play the games after that. So, so far so good. They're 6-0. They moved up 4 spots up to number 4 after their big upset, and Oregon moved 5 spots down in the AP poll. So look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. And
And
then let's see. You know who's coming is
and
Georgia Tech.
Oklahoma dropped down 8 spots.
Yes, they're number 14. They're number 14. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's expected. Did Texas move up?
Yeah. They yeah, Texas, I think Texas had fallen out, right? So they're probably
Yep, they
back
had
in
fallen
now.
out. So
Well, they
they're back
weren't
to
ranked, so
21.
now they're up to 21. They back up to 21. I think, like we said last week, a lot of these teams is going to move around quite a bit because there are going to be some upsets and losses. And now, with all of the teams that can make the playoffs, these polls are just going up
And
and down.
down and up and down and up
Yep.
and down. Yeah, see, Lisa's right. Georgia Tech. I think they are one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I told you
And
about that Miami, that Georgia Tech team. They always scare us. They always scare me, but they are slowly but surely climbing up the polls.
they are.
Yep.
They are. They are
And that's good for
definitely
the ACC. You got to if they can get up to the top 10, you have two teams in the top 10. That's what you want to see. Since Notre Dame's not in anybody's conference.
sorry. I'm just not a huge fan of Notre Dame. Their coach, yes. The team, no.
Neither am I.
Huh?
I said neither am I. I've never been.
Yeah, no, I've never really truly liked Notre Dame, so there's that. Um, yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Lisa. We're gonna see them in the ACC champ. Yes, Miami will see Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game. That's my thoughts, and that will be a very good game. A very good game. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
We just got to win. We just got to get there first.
Just win, baby. Now, somebody asked the question. I saw this floating around. I was like, let me ask this to Michelle, see what she thinks. Does Miami have a number one resume? Do you think they should be ranked number one above Ohio State?
I don't think so just yet. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. This is going to, I mean, whether teams are ranked or not, Miami has to prove
True.
that they can beat these teams. We've never won the ACC. So until they win these games, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They're gonna have to keep winning these games for everybody to believe. We believe, but there's a little doubt because we've done this before. So I want to see them beat Louisville. I want to see them beat everybody that's on the schedule because these are teams that in the past where we've looked good, they come in and sneak in and beat us. And so I think Ohio State has earned their number one ranking and we're where we're supposed to be. But if we keep winning, who knows what we'll end up. As long as we get into these playoffs, it's ours once we get there. And we got to win. We
Exactly.
have to win the ACC, and that's what's going to tell us where they should be.
Agree. Lisa agrees. That's it. Just win it and you're in. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Like a friend used to say. Just win, baby. And that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Meanwhile, my team just keeps falling out of things, but that's okay. They're developing, they're getting their stuff together. I don't know. It's okay. I'm not too disappointed yet.
I want to see Miami put up some numbers against Louisville. That's what I want to see. I want to see this. This not Louisville's not a slouch, so they have to go in
Right.
there and win that game, and I mean win it. So and that's what I need to see. And they're gonna have some tough games whether they're ranked or not. Louisville, I think
True.
Syracuse, these are games in the past that we get down to and we lose to these teams that we shouldn't lose to. So I'm ready to see if this is gonna be the year where they take that step. Pittsburgh just beat Florida State, so that's not an easy game for us. It hasn't been in the past. Nothing's easy for us because we haven't proven that we can do it. So that's what they have
Hmm.
to prove.
I'll agree. I will agree. And yeah, I'll agree. Just win and you're in and win convincingly. And their coach always costs a game. He does, doesn't he?
All the time.
All the time. But I think if you can win despite that, win and you're in.
Right.
Win and you're in. Just got to
Because
play
we
the
can't
games that
trust
are.
Mario. He's not super like Super Mario. No, I'm just joking.
He's not super. Oh my gosh. This y'all are a whole mess. Well, next week, let's look at next week's games because we got some interesting ones. Talked
Hmm.
about Louisville, Miami. Louisville will actually go to Miami, so that is in your favor
On a
always,
Friday
always,
night.
always. On a Friday, oh, we got two games Friday night. We got Louisville, Miami, got Nebraska, Minnesota. Nebraska's number 25. You know, they're a tough little team too. Nebraska is a tough little team, and they're Dylan Raiola. He's okay. He's a
Yeah,
decent
he's pretty
quarterback.
good. He's pretty good.
He's a
He's
decent
having pretty good.
quarterback.
Yeah. I'm going with
I
Minnesota with the upset. Anyway, I'm just joking. So yeah, we have Miami,
no.
Louisville. The Oklahoma Big Red's not on here, and he predicted he had thought South Carolina was going to upset LSU. They looked good for a little bit, and then LSU went on about. But they play Oklahoma this week, and that is another game. That's a new. Well, I think it's 12, almost 1 o'clock. It's somewhere in
Yeah, it's
between
almost one
12 and
o'clock
1,
game.
and so they that's another game I think that South Carolina may be in there at home. So it's a possibility. That's another upset. That could be another loss for Oklahoma.
Right? It could very well be. It could be one of those trap games and coming off that loss. And if their quarterback is really hurt, hmm but it'll also give us a chance to look look at South Carolina's quarterback too. And I would love to see him up against the Oklahoma defense because that
Material,
defense
yeah,
needs to be stout.
yeah. That this is a good quarterback duel right here because you can bet Material would definitely want to rebound from last week's 3 interception game. So
Hmm.
that should be. I think that's going to be a good one. Another one is the Ole Miss and Georgia game. That's a 3:30 game on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yes, that'll be a very good one.
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss
is
is
undefeated and under the radar.
yes,
Nobody's talking
very
about
much so. Very.
our
Why do?
people.
Oh, so,
I keep
why
hearing.
was I thinking
Go ahead.
as I was thinking University of Miami and not Miami Dolphins.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Sellers is Lamar 2.0. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could be very good.
Yep. So I think that's going to be for Lisa. That's a great quarterback matchup right there. The
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma South Carolina game. This
Lisa
Ole
will be
Miss,
all over
yeah,
that.
like I say, Ole Miss is just flying under the radar. No one's talking about them. They're just sitting over there in the SEC undefeated.
Yep. Number
Yep.
5, just
Mm-hmm.
chilling,
Yep.
not
Everybody's talking
winning the
about
games that are
Alabama
in
and
front of them.
Mississippi. Yep. Yep. So that's I think and Georgia has an opportunity if they want to try to get back, some what they lost from their loss. This would be a good one, a good upset for
Mm,
them to try to knock down Ole Miss. But I think Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is for real this year. They do the
agreed.
same thing. They start out good and then they falter, but
Then they
they're
fizzle.
good. Yeah. Mhm.
But no, I think that'll be a very good game. And then you have Tennessee, Alabama. I think that'll
Yep.
be an interesting one too. Um,
Yep.
just
USC Notre Dame. That's the
yep.
legendary game. Yep.
So we are gonna have some good games. Gonna be very, very good. Kristen just asked us another question. Do you have any superstitions for when your teams play? Okay, okay, hang on. I gotta take this one. First of all, I haven't polished my nails in a couple of years. You know why? Because when I stopped polishing my nails, Michigan beat Ohio State. I'm just saying. And I haven't done it since. So it's going on since 2021. So there's that one. Number two, I usually don't wear Michigan stuff during the season, definitely not game week, because when I do, they lost. Okay, I get it. I get it. I do not control these things, but it would make me feel better if I followed my superstitions and they win. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Lisa doesn't
Christian, I
watch.
don't have any, but my name is Jinx, so I am a Jinx. But no, I don't have any superstitions. I just watch the games. That's it. I just watch. I let them do their thing, and I'm just sitting here quietly watching and talking about everybody in my head. So yeah, that's it. And
Exactly.
I will watch the
Exactly.
whole game, whether we're winning or losing. Like I'm literally gonna watch the whole thing. most of the time because I need to be
I'm
able to
gonna not
talk
be able
trash.
to breathe,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be okay. Or like also in this past winning streak, I've been working on Michigan Ohio State Day. So that has also helped. So there's that. So I don't know. And I'm not working this year, so maybe I need to switch into that day. I got to figure that out. I got to think about that. Y'all, I'm serious. I get it, but I'm serious. Feel free to talk about me. It's okay. I don't care. Lisa has to record it and pace around. I I get nervous if I'm watching sometimes. It's just me. It's just me. It's just because I want them to win. Do you have any superstitions? Anybody else? Kristen, do you have any superstitions about things? And at work, I'm very superstitious. I'm very superstitious at work too. Just so you know, it's not just with sports, it's with also work. I'm very superstitious. So there's that. Oh goodness. So yes, that's me and my neuroses. Everybody loves it. Hope that's better. Um, so yeah, another great show. We have talked about all the fun things that have happened this past week, some good shows to look or good games to look forward to this weekend. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Michigan is on a bye, I think, or did I not see them? They're not ranked, so that's why I'm not going to see them because they play Michigan State this week, I think. So there's that. Yes, don't know the time yet, but still interesting, interesting.
Indiana's playing Michigan State. Actually, you guys may be on a bye.
I think so. You're right. Hang on. I don't know. See, this is bad. I don't even know my own team. But that's another thing. Like I just take the games as they come because if I think about it, then I get stressed. So yes, there's that. Oh, you think if you don't wear Hawks gear that they lose? I'll agree. Oh, Michigan has Washington this weekend at home. That will be a very good game. That will be a very good game, I think. So can't wait to watch that one. That'll be a good one. Yep, yep, yep. Well, friends, tis all for now. We'll be back next week with everybody talking about the weekend that was and then the weekend upcoming, as usual. Hoping that there's a couple of upsets that we're not ready for, just so we can talk about it and keep things exciting and active and see what happens this week. So, y'all have a good weekend. Y'all have fun this week. Be safe, all the things, and we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, everybody.